What's good, biotech enthusiasts, and welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we're going to advance our discussion on biosensors, but this time a specific type of biosensor, enzymatic biosensors. Now, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's break down enzymatic biosensors. Okay, first off, what is an enzymatic biosensor? From the last episode, an enzymatic biosensor is a combination of an enzyme and a transducer that measures the concentration of a specific molecule. Alright, that's the idea behind it, but that's just a basic definition. We're here to get into the details. For this episode, instead of saying specific molecule, I'll instead say analyte, which refers to any substance being analyzed or measured. Now, how does an enzymatic biosensor work? First, let's understand its structure. We know that it has a biological component, which is the enzyme, and an artificial component, which is the transducer. However, it also has one more key component, a signal amplifier. As the name suggests, it plays a role in amplifying the signal from the transducer. Now, let's go to the functioning of the enzymatic biosensor, step by step. First off, as soon as the enzyme comes into contact with the analyte attaches to the enzyme and immediately gets catalyzed. The catalyzing reaction produces a biological signal that gets picked up by the transducer and then is converted into a measurable electrical signal. This electrical signal is then picked up by the signal amplifier, which amplifies the signal from the transducer. The transducer usually produces very weak signals, which cannot be picked up without the signal amplifier. Let's look at a quick example of how the biosensor would work. Suppose we want to measure the concentration of ethanol in a beverage. A biosensor that has an alcohol dehydrogenase enzyme, or ADH, would work the best since it catalyzes the conversion of ethanol into an aldehyde. Basically, it is capable of producing a biological signal upon interacting with ethanol molecules. As soon as the ADH catalyzes the ethanol molecules, hydrogen peroxide is produced, which is then detected by the transducer. The transducer converts this biological signal into a measurable, weak electrical signal that is then amplified by the signal amplifier. Alright, now that's how enzymatic biosensors work. But what advantage do they provide over other types of biosensors that convinces us to use them? Accuracy. Enzymatic biosensors are highly sensitive to analytes, which makes them ideal to detect even minuscule amounts of analyte in a medium. Specificity. Since these biosensors use enzymes, each biosensor can be highly specific to detect only the presence of a type of analyte. Cost. On top of all of this, enzymatic biosensors are relatively inexpensive compared to other types of biosensors, such as electrochemical or optical ones. This cheaper but effective alternative is quite beneficial to researchers on a tight budget. Now, let's take a look at some of the disadvantages of using enzymatic biosensors. Stability. Enzymes are extremely sensitive to temperature and pH. They have an optical temperature and pH where it works at its peak performance. However, as these conditions begin changing and is outside the enzyme's range, the enzyme begins to denature and slows down in functioning. Complexity. Enzymatic biosensors are extremely complex to make since they must be immobilized onto the transducer without limiting the enzyme's functionality. Enzymatic biosensors are just starting out. They're being developed to be more accurate and portable, while expanding the range of analytes an enzyme can catalyze. It gives us the opportunity to improve the efficiency and accuracy of monitoring the presence and concentration of analytes to take our healthcare system to a whole new level. Well, folks, that's it for today. Hopefully, this episode taught you guys something new. Make sure to tune in next week where we'll cover DNA biosensors, continuing the series. This is Biotech Breakdown signing out.